Chief Kickabitch of the Slap-A-Hoe Nation says, see the email Dance Lessons with Pasquale. All right, let's check it out. Where is it? Hey, would you blow me? He's in here somewhere. I know he is. All right, Charlie and I spent a lot of time hanging with Pasquale. He was 70 when we met, and we were 4 and 6 months past our 17th birthdays, respectively. Great friend and mentor to both of us, and taught us a lot about life, people, and other shit. Shortly after the affair of Frank and the indestructible mailbox post, we had Ed buy us a couple bottles of top-shelf grappa and went to visit him on a Friday evening. While smoking Churchill Maduros and getting loaded with him, he told us about the 5 years he spent in Pagliarelli prison near Palermo.
Wow.
This guy had some stories, but I'm going to tell you only about the dance for now. In the middle of our third shot, he announced that he had reached a decision. He was going to teach us the dance. We looked at each other and said, okay. He was momentarily distracted and asked, how do you two do that? We both responded, do what? That. He said, oh, I don't know. We've always been like this, we said. He shook his head to clear it, and we got back on topic. The dance, you could hear the capitalization in his voice. We had our first lesson right then and there, except instead of knives, we used our 2 forefingers. He spotted us for what we were to each other and explained that brothers should not put scars on each other, so we were not allowed to use knives. Now that I have your attention, let me tell you about Pasquale and the dance. He was at that stage in life that Erickson called generativity versus stagnation. Simply put, it's the time when people feel a deep need to pass on some of what they've learned in life or stagnate, and he could not have found 2 more receptive pupils. I'll teach it to Charlie in a few more years when his nervous system is more developed. He started to lose his front teeth and is annoyed that he can't eat corn on the cob. Anyway, back to the story. Pasquale learned the dance, a method of teaching and practicing paranza corta in prison. It is a Sicilian art of knife fighting. It is very useful for self-defense, or if you want to quietly assassinate someone in a crowded place like a nightclub. The inmates obviously could not have weapons, and that rule was ruthlessly enforced, and they were not allowed to train in any fighting style, so they created the dance. Instead of knives, they used their fingers or flat sticks and arranged it so it looked like a dance to the uninitiated. Before learning how to thrust and parry, we had to learn the foundation, footwork. He taught us more than 40 individual dances before he put us to work on thrusts and parries. Each dance is a set of patterns of movement. Fighter slides from one to another as his opponent moves with the ultimate goal of forcing him off balance and then finishing him off. It is also a way of thinking that develops mental flexibility and balance. We spent so many hours at it every week, it was like a part-time job. It was taking up so much of our time that we almost blew off Soul at the auto parts store after that stunt when he laid Charlie off because we still had money coming in from books, artwork, and furniture. But money's money, and we were enjoying ourselves and each other's company, so why not work? Our mothers and my father would not tolerate us keeping regular employment hours during the summer, so we decided to stay with it. Or just not keeping employment hours, sorry. Besides, Charlie was hooked on the blonde cashier's cotton candy, the slang for some, and wanted to keep the tire guy at bay at least until Pasquale made him stop fucking his brains out. It was starting to show in his slowed reaction times. Not only did we spend a couple hours at our teacher's house every day for new lessons and practice, we spent an hour or 2 a day at home after we finished our homework. We were also picking up Italian, which was easy as we had already had 3 years of Latin in high school. Our mothers knew it was nice that we were learning to dance, and it was good for courtship. What world were these women living in? My father knew what we were up to, but he turned the proverbial blind eye. We both continued to practice because we never knew when it might come in handy, and you can carry a blade concealed in your pocket without a permit. As we became proficient, Pasquale added lessons in stick fighting. Charlie continued until he had 6 months left, and I still spend a couple hours every week practicing the steps of each dance. Pasquale quoted an old Sicilian saying as many times as it took to drill it into our heads, "If you ever find yourself outnumbered and alone, keep a good sharp knife is the best friend you can have. Never be without one." In addition to my Desert Eagle, I always carry blades hidden in my boots and other clothing.
There you go.
It's a wise motherfucker right there.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.